It wouldn't really be news if I told you guys that Spider-Man No Way Home was the most greatest film in the entire MCU. And I'm not just saying that for business. I for one absolutely loved it. Uh, if you guys have not seen it, you should know that this video contains spoilers for No Way Home. So if you have not seen the movie, don't watch this video because this contains some huge spoilers. In this video, I'm talking about some major plots that No Way Home opens up for future MCU movies and other types of Marvel movies from different universes. Movies like Doctor Strange 2, The Amazing Spider-Man 3, Avengers Secret Wars, Spider-Man 4, and Venom 3. And the whole thing that started this was the best movie in the MCU, No Way Home. So let's talk about the movie for a bit for this to make sense. So No Way Home was basically the conclusion for Peter Parker's origin story as Spider-Man learning to juggle his responsibilities. So in Homecoming, Spider-Man just wanted to prove himself. In Far From Home, Spider-Man just wanted to be Peter Parker. And in No Way Home, both Spider-Man and Peter Parker have finally learned that
with great power, there must also come great responsibility.
Love hearing those words again. And Peter Parker has definitely been through a lot to learn all this. I mean, he started as a regular high schooler, then he became a vigilante, then an Avenger, then a fugitive, and now, once again, he is remembered as a vigilante, but forgotten as Peter Parker. I also like how he made his classic suit from the comic books, and how he based it off of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man suits. So in the post-credits scene, we see Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock at a bar talking to some random man about what happened for the past 5 years, and how everyone was brought back after the blip. Now Eddie kind of blipped back to his own universe, but he did leave a little piece of Venom behind in the MCU, and that leaves behind a huge plot for Spider-Man 4. But before I get into that, let's talk about some other stuff. Like Doctor Strange 2. So, Doctor Strange 2 is basically What If Episode 4 all over again, but with a different storyline. I also think Wanda will betray Strange and use the multiverse to her advantage to bring back her family from a different universe. Kinda like the whole Kingpin vibe in Spider-Verse. Either that, or I think Evil Strange will either make a bargain or put a curse on her or something, I'm not sure. We also will see the return of Mordo. Honestly, when I saw the trailer, before I saw Doctor Strange, I thought this was Heimdall. But anyway. Although, in the trailer, Mordo said, "I'm sorry, Steven, but in our universe, you are our greatest threat." And, I think this means that this Mordo is not from the same universe, and he is from Evil Doctor Strange's universe. So, in Evil Strange's universe, I think that this Doctor Strange eventually hits down the same dark path as Caecilius and starts studying dark magic to become more powerful than Caecilius and Dormammu. So, I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I mean, it's called Multiverse of Madness, so yeah. So now let's talk about The Amazing Spider-Man 3. So, everyone's saying that there might be an Amazing Spider-Man 3 since people loved Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man so much in No Way Home. And I gotta say, I really want that as well. Especially considering the fact that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Tom Hardy's Venom now exist in the MCU. And it's a shame we won't see Tobey again, but we probably might, I'm not sure. So anyway, in The Amazing Spider-Man 3, in Andrew Garfield's universe, I think Tom Hardy's Venom exists in this universe, because why else would Venom be pulled into the MCU if he did not know that Peter Parker was Spider-Man? So I think Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock and Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker have some sort of history, because Doctor Strange said that the spell he cast was pulling in everyone who knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man, so it would make sense if Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock and Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker had some history, and a moment where Andrew revealed he was Spider-Man to Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock. Andrew's Peter Parker, I mean. Sorry, this whole multiverse thing has got me confused as well. So anyway, I think Andrew's Spider-Man will get infected during a fight scene between Venom and Spider-Man, and I think we'll have this super awesome fight scene between the Black Spider-Man and Venom, because that would be super cool. We also might see the Sinister Six in this movie. New Sinister Six, of course. And I think the members of this new six will be Doc Ock, Rhino, Vulture, Kraven the Hunter, Chameleon, and Green Goblin as team leader. So I think eventually Spider-Man will go back to his regular, normal red and blue suit, and he and Venom will team up against the Sinister Six, and they might have some sort of heart-to-heart moment with Peter and Harry. I'm not sure. Maybe. I also really hope that Tom Hardy's Eddie mentions Gwen in the movie, because that would really be nostalgic. And I think there will be a post-credit scene showing Null as the main villain for Venom 3. And I'm gonna talk about Venom 3 soon, but not now. Now let's head back to the main Marvel universe we all know and love. Now, we're talking about the 5th Avengers movie, Avengers Secret Wars. So, many people are thinking that this movie will appear in the MCU, since this is where Spider-Man found the black symbiote and when it bonded to his suit. So, yeah, I think this movie will come to the MCU. Now, everyone knows in Secret Wars, the Avengers and the X-Men teamed up, and I'm not sure if we're gonna see the original X-Men or a rebooted version of the X-Men. If this movie does release, then we probably might see characters like Falcon, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Professor Hulk, War Machine, Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I'm not sure about the X-Men, but 2 X-Men I really want to see are Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. So, yeah, that would be cool. I don't think She-Hulk will make an appearance at all, or Thor, or the Guardians, but we might see the return of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. 2 villains we'll probably see are Doctor Doom and Kang the Conqueror from Loki. So, if this movie does release, it'll be the conclusion to Loki's series finale. So at the end of Loki, we see Sylvie, the girl version of Loki, kill Kang, and it allows multiple timelines to spread throughout the universe, and I think Kang will return, and some crazy people are saying that he'll revive Iron Man or all the other dead Avengers or something. I'm not sure, but I think Loki will definitely help the Avengers in this movie to stop Kang. If not, then I've got it totally wrong. So now let's talk about Spider-Man 4. So, in this movie, Spider-Man already has the black suit. And it'll look like the one from the comics, but the difference is it'll have Venom's white veins. So, Tom Holland's Spider-Man got this piece of goo from Tom Hardy's Venom, and we know Tom Hardy's Venom to be your average friendly lethal protector. So, he won't turn evil. He might, since Venom is a lethal protector. Not necessarily evil, but he will start to stop pulling his punches, and he might almost kill someone. And I think this will lead to a flashback where he sees Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man stop him from killing the Green Goblin in No Way Home, and he might realize that this suit is just the same thing happening to him all over again, and he might have abandoned the suit. And I don't think it'll bond with Eddie Brock from his universe, or Harry Osborn, or Ned. No, definitely not Ned. I think it'll bond with Scorpion, and the reason I think this is because they did tease him as a villain for future movies in Homecoming. So it will be fun to see 2 fight scenes between Spider-Man and the Scorpion, one with the Venom Spider-Man versus the Scorpion in the advanced Scorpion suit, and one with classic Spider-Man versus Scorpion in the Venom Scorpion suit. And now let's finally talk about Venom 3. So I think Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock is now laying low in New York considering what happened in San Francisco and in The Amazing Spider-Man 3. And I think we will see The Amazing Spider-Man in this movie. So anyway, a lot of people are saying that for Venom 3, the villain is gonna be Toxin, but I honestly don't believe that. I think the main villain is gonna be Null, considering how Venom mentioned him at the end of Venom Let There Be Carnage. So at the end of Venom 2, Venom says to Eddie, "Let me give you a taste of what we symbiotes have experienced," and I think that refers back to Null, the king of the symbiotes, and I think he's gonna come to Earth and eventually rule over the planet, and this Venom and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man will try to stop him. I also think Morbius might help, considering how people are saying that Morbius is a part of Andrew Garfield's universe. And I think there will be this huge fight scene where Spider-Man and Morbius are holding off Null while Venom comes in for the final attack but then fails, and Null absorbs Venom, taking Eddie and Venom apart, and he steals Venom, and now Eddie is powerless against Null. And I think he'll make more symbiotes using Venom, and they'll he, Eddie, Spider-Man, and Morbius will travel across the multiverse all the way into the MCU. And have you figured out where I'm going with this? Don't worry, I'm gonna explain in the next video because I don't have a lot of time left. So thank you guys all for watching. Feel free to leave in the comments down below what you all think will happen in the future of the MCU and for these other movies. Well, see you later. Bye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.